Hello, I'm Len Lindsay. I'm going to show you how to use superpowers for your baristas in the Amazing Abilities game. Remember, in the game, you are a barista. There's four, and each one starts in the corner. Here's the yellow barista starting in the yellow corner. On your turn, you you are able to move your barista along any open path. Now, this yellow barista is kind of stuck. There's like really no place to go. The goal is to get to one of these doors because you want to get to the door because when you get to the door, you're collecting a treasure, or on this version of the game, you're making a drink for a customer at the drive-through or the customer who's at the door. So, for example, let's take some superpowers examples for this yellow, because right now yellow can't do anything if it's his turn. Uh, the first example, it's also not going to really work for the very first turn of the game, and it's called Tornado Turn. Before you start moving, that superpower says you can turn a light-colored tile. Now, you start the game, you can see it. This is a dark-colored gray tile. This is a light-colored gray tile. So the very first move, that superpower won't help the yellow. But for example, later in the game, if that barista is here and he wanted to go up to the purple doorway, it's blocked by this wall. His superpower says that he can pick up this wall tile, turn it, put it back in, and now he slides right through and can get to the purple doorway. Okay, let's put it back the way it was. So once again, the yellow is in the corner and does not have any really good moves at this point. Let's look at the next superpower. The next superpower is easy exit. You can move off and out of the maze and then come back. So if you have that superpower, you can actually move off the maze. No barista is allowed to move off the maze except if you have that one specific superpower. So let's say yellow has that power. He can take his turn and he wants to get something. Right now he's kind of trapped, so he'll go move off the board. He's outside of the maze. Now he's moving around. He can come back in any place that there's an opening. If he can't come back in here, there's a wall. You keep going till you find a place that you can come back in where there's no wall. And right here, there is an opening right by this red doorway right there. So he can come in right there and collect that red doorway's treasure. And of course, he'll stay there. And every turn, he's allowed to do that, not just one time. So let's put yellow back where he started from and do another superpower example. Next one is Java Jumper. You can jump over a wall at the end of your moves. So if yellow wanted to get to the purple and move to here, he could jump over this wall. But it's not going to help him get to the purple because it's one more square further away. So that would be a valid move, but it wouldn't actually be helpful. Now, however, this yellow could get to this yellow doorway even though it's blocked, because yellow can move all the way over to here at the end of his turn, jump over that wall, and now he's at the yellow doorway and can collect the treasure for the yellow door. Let's put him back, but it's ready for another example. The next example after Java Jumper is change places. You can change places with any active door before you move. So in this example, I can change places with any active door. So let's see. Let's have an example. Let's have me, yellow, change places with the yellow door. It could be any color. It doesn't have to be yellow. I just chose that because now, before the yellow was trapped, remember? Now there's a big hallway over here, and the yellow now can move down this hallway all the way to the end and grab the treasure at the red door. Okay, let's put the yellow doorway back, put the yellow guy back. The barista's back in the corner. Let's do the next one. After change places, ignore it. At times, you're going to have a card coming up that says to move. For example, this says move all the red. Now, for example, if it was blue that we're looking at instead of yellow, blue has got a really nice path going straight over to grab the treasure at the red door. But if I follow that card and I slid it up, this came off the end, and it would get put all the way back to the beginning because that's how it works. Now look what happened. Now blue has a wall blocking its path to red. So blue would use its superpower and say, no, I don't think I want to move the red row. And so he would ignore that and just take his turn like normal and go grab the red. Okay, next after that for superpowers is re-roller. You can re-roll the dice. Now, part of this game I'm going to show you is that, for example, in blue, let's take red. If we have a customer by the red door, one of the baristas needs to get there to give them their drink before they leave. If they might leave without their drink, and the way they leave without their drink is if we roll this dice right here. We have a dice. If we roll the dice and it comes up red, that means the red doorway has been activated, and if there's a customer there, they leave. And you've lost that drink because they're not going to get it because they left. So you could say, I don't like the fact that this is red. I'm going to re-roll it, and you put it in and re-roll it. Now it's blue, and instead of the red being activated, the blue is activated. Now a blue customer comes and goes to where the blue door is. Okay, so that was one example of that superpower. Next, and the last one is the happy home. You can begin your turn by moving your barista to one of the two home color wall tiles. Now, it has to be your color. So, for example, with, who can I use for an example? Let's use red. So, red is right here. He has the superpower, in this case, to jump to either the red where he's at now, which is silly, he's already there, or move to the other red, and there's a red right there. So let's say he uses his superpower because he wants to go and help the customer at the blue doorway, but there's walls blocking his way and he can't get there. So he's going to use his superpower. He's going to jump in the air because he can kind of float, and he's going to land or teleport, the way you would like to look at it, right there. Now that he's there, he can take his move like usual, and he can move right there and go help the customer at the blue doorway. And the customer then would be happy, and the red would collect the treasure for the blue. Okay, that's the end of the superpowers for the aMAZEing Abilities game. I will have another video showing you how to play the game itself. This has been Len Lindsay. I'll catch you at Java Abilities.